She pointed at me like I was something she'd scrape off her heel. "The man only knows how to waste what he doesn't deserve," she said. Her voice didn't shake. Mine didn't need to. Judge Faird leaned back, pretending neutrality, but his eyes lingered on her too long, like they remembered the shape of her. Her lawyer smirked, already picturing his victory speech. And then, when the room was thick with arrogance and certainty, I said the two words that made the judge turn pale. But I'll get to that. The courtroom felt colder than it should have. Maybe it was the way she wouldn't look at me unless she was performing. Maybe it was the way everyone had already written my obituary in their minds. She wanted my grandmother's entire fortune. She wanted the house, the land, the businesses, everything the woman who raised me had entrusted to me. And all I wanted was the truth. I met Layla under warm lights in a bookshop cafe. She was all softness then. Soft eyes, soft laughter, soft promises. I was the quiet one who believed in forever because my grandmother had taught me loyalty like scripture. We built years together. Late-night walks, shared secrets, plans scribbled on napkins. She'd hold my hand and call me her calm anchor. What I didn't know was that anchors drown, too. It started small. A different perfume when she came home, a smile she hid when she thought I wasn't watching. A new intensity in her workouts, her wardrobe, her effort. Then the late-night texts. At first, I didn't open them. Respect, I told myself. Paranoia destroys marriages. Trust preserves them. But trust is only noble when it's mutual. The night everything shattered, she came home humming, happy in a way that didn't belong to us anymore. Her phone lit up on the table. A message from a name I recognized from old stories she thought I had forgotten. Faird. The same Faird now sitting as our judge. The message read, "Soon it'll all be ours again. Just push him. He'll break." I didn't break. I didn't confront. I simply watched. And the watching hurt more than anything she could have confessed. The next morning, she smiled at me across the kitchen counter. I smiled back, letting her believe she still held the script. But I had already begun writing my own. I hired a private investigator, quiet, discreet, expensive, but thorough. I traced every call between her and Faird, tracked every meeting, collected every message. I learned about the offshore account Faird had helped her open, the plan to bleed me dry, strip me of my inheritance, and start a new life funded by my grandmother's legacy. They thought I'd panic. They thought grief would make me sloppy. They never considered that silence could be a strategy. I moved my assets quietly, mostly into trusts my grandmother's lawyer had helped me set up years before. I filed a confidential complaint with the Judicial Oversight Committee. I gathered every piece of evidence the PI unearthed, phone logs, hotel check-ins, transfers, conversations recorded so clearly you could hear the laughs they shared while planning my downfall. Then I waited. On the surface, I played the wounded husband, confused, compliant, defeated. Layla thrived on it. Faird stayed confident. They believed they were winning. People in love with their schemes always underestimate silence. Back in the courtroom, Layla pointed at me again, dramatically, as if the judge needed instructions on how to see me. "This man only knows how to waste what he doesn't deserve," she repeated. Her lawyer nodded along, eager to echo her cruelty. Judge Faird straightened his tie, a nervous tic I hadn't seen before I collected the evidence. I stood slowly, calm, controlled, my pulse steady. The room expected a broken plea. Instead, I looked at the judge and said the two words that drained the color from his face. "Check file." He froze. For a moment, no one breathed. Then I slid the sealed envelope onto the clerk's desk. Inside, proof of their affair, their plan, their financial collusion, and the ethics violation detailed enough to end careers. Faird's hands trembled when he opened it. Layla's smile cracked first, just a hairline fracture, but enough. Her lawyer leaned in, went pale, and whispered something that made her stomach drop. She finally looked at me. Really looked. And she understood. This wasn't revenge born of rage. This was justice sculpted in silence. Within minutes, the judge recused himself. A new judge was assigned. The complaint triggered an immediate ethics hearing. Her lawyer excused himself from the case. Layla sat alone, without her ally, without her confidence, without her script. I didn't need to say another word. The final ruling came quickly. She got nothing. Not the house, not the businesses, not a single dollar of the inheritance she tried to steal. Meanwhile, the Oversight Committee opened a formal investigation into Ferd. His future ended the way he and Layla had planned mine.